be able to talk to your phone to get it to unlock your vehicle.
Oh, yeah.
And then they were making fun of how, like, you talk to Siri and you ask one thing and she completely goes to something else.
Doesn't understand you.
Yep, unlock the door. You want the doors? We'll download video or something. Dude, they were bad. They were cracking me up with the stuff they were saying. So, no, unlock the doors. And, dude, it just, the doors, 1976, blah, blah, blah. But, yeah. Technology, man. It's a blessing and a horror at the same time.
Yeah.
The other day, my credit card swiper was telling me that I needed to input the manufacturer's code on it. And I was like, well, what the hell? So I tried doing my finger, because my finger's the security measure on there, my fingerprint and stuff. And then I did my code and nothing, and my son comes up and he does it, and right there. I was just like, what? Did I hit that? And he's like, you just didn't do it right, Dad. I was like, sure. I was like, I feel like my parents when VCRs came out and we had to go over there and fix it for them because they couldn't get it to play.
Yeah.
Gotta bite. I think I got a lot of stress on my mind. It's a nice day to go. Yeah, I gotta line. I'ma call the whole team.
Stuff
Mm-hmm.
coming.
Had some old school sharkers, man. These guys are like, they caught monsters. And they're coming to me, asking me for advice now of what kind of reels and rods and line and all of that. And, you know, I'm starting to quote them and they're like, Jesus, hold on, let me sit down a minute. I'm like, bro, it's not what it used to be, man. You know, these Spectras are thinner, but they're super strong and, you know, with the hollow cords. And they're like, what do you mean? And I start showing them hollow cord splicing. They're like, oh my God, that's awesome. And like, so they see how it's going to save them money the same way, you know, that I see it. So one of them's already jumped on 480 T-Rexes. He's working big, and then he's going to start working with the smaller reels after that and stuff. So
No, I'm trying to start small fishing.
oh, it's expensive.
Yeah.
Alright guys, so I've covered up the first line and we're 215 yards. So the second line should put us right at about 430 yards. Let's see. I'm at 420, so it's pretty close. So from here, if we got 220 yards, yeah, we should cut it right here and go with the 100 pounds so we can get at least 100, 150 yards on there.
Okay.
So. All right. What I can do is do it in blue, I think white, so that way too, you know, when you switch from the 100 pound to 60 pound too.
Oh, okay.
Well, I can even go 80. That may give you a little bit more line
Probably,
capacity.
yeah, the 80.
And the good thing, it's already in another color too, so.
I could try to get as much line on there.
All right. But still, you're good. You're doing good by stepping up to a higher test line. All right, guys. So as I'm getting my cameras back up and running, I'm finally able to record the top view of what it looks like from overhead. But it's still, you know, one of them things. It's a learning curve. I was hoping to catch the whole portion of me inserting the needle into the braid. But as you can see, I'm stacking the hollow core braid onto the needle, and then I'm gonna get the other line and insert it into the loop, so that way I can tow this line through the hollow core. So what I'm basically doing is creating a Chinese finger trap on one side, and then, you know, once I get it all smoothed out and the braid is where it's supposed to be on both the inner core and outer core, I also come to the middle where I need to insert the other end of the hollow core that's still sticking out. And that's how you basically create your hollow core splice for both lines, so that way you don't have any lumps or knots. And this is also how I add more hollow core to your rib, because when you get cut off or anything like that, this is what you're gonna do. I mean, so now there's no more knots, there's no more bulkiness, there's no more catches that when you're casted out, that those knots can catch debris or, you know, catch things on the bottom that'll get you cut off. It's going to be nice and smooth. And also too, it's going to help with your line capacity. You won't, you know, when you're casting out, it's not going to go thud against your eyelets and stuff like that, which can impede your cast or force a backlash while you're casting and stuff like that. So this is a very, very important part of the hollow core and what it's going to be offering you at the end of the day. So we really, really love this line. And, you know, you can see how the orange and blue come together. And yes, it's beautiful. There's the center of the knot where both lines come in, and how smooth it is on both sides. And yes, very, very lovely line. So you got 110 yards of 80 on top?
Yeah.
This is how I start the hollow core splice, by inserting the needle into the braid And yes, this is the point I missed earlier, but I caught it right here. So great. I'm glad y'all can see that. And you know, like if you break off and you catch your line again, how to save it and stuff like that to bring it back. Just put it on a bottle.
Oh.
Just so you can bring it back and we can splice it in and add it back on top. But you can keep fishing, you know, just tie a simple loop knot so you double up your braid at least when you're tying to your leader and stuff like that. So.
Okay.
The only thing I don't like about these reels, they don't have a little clip deal to clip it in when you're done and stuff. So. Yep, so we're at 550 yards total. It'll be 110 yards of 80 and 420 yards of 60. Very nice.